Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei Extras. Today we have updates regarding MCC Twitch Rivals, which I will say isn't for a little bit. This event is almost exactly 2 months away. Sorry, I had to check my phone real quick. So yeah, we're getting updates pretty early on, which is fun and cool, but there's some new players that have been announced or more so revealed to be playing in this event, and there's something else interesting that happened regarding the participation for this event, considering somebody was removed or just maybe didn't want to play anymore. I don't know, but we'll talk about it briefly here right now. First off, this is the updated page of players. I think last time there was just shy over 20 players confirmed. Now we're at exactly 30. So only 10 players left, only 10 slots left. Very interesting, but it could be anybody really at this point because some people were confirmed that I didn't really expect to be in, but hey, glad to see them, honestly, you know. So yeah, let's talk about it. The people that were confirmed, I think, since last time are Abe. This is going to be a bit of a mental challenge. Abe, Toby, Janet, Saikuno, Cam, 5UP, Sleepy, Pete, and Fruit. I think all of those people were not confirmed last time when we talked about this. And last time also, Leslie was confirmed, Foosley, who is not on the website anymore. We don't know if maybe Leslie dropped out or if something else happened. We have no clue. I really hope Leslie doesn't end up playing because I think she would be a really fun person to see in an MCC, but if she doesn't play, it is what it is. But yeah, no, this roster is very much set up to be quite a big variety roster, right? There's a lot of variety players in this. I say it's reminiscent of Block Wars in the sense of variety percentage. Of course, a lot of the people in this roster either haven't or don't play Block Wars, so that's not the comparison I'm trying to make. I'm just saying, like, oh, coincidentally, the percentage of variety creators is pretty high, which is cool. I like that, of course. So that's very cool. Yeah, 10 people left, which is quite interesting. I have a little tier list here where, technically speaking, we could kind of figure out puzzle-wise who would be, sorry, on the same teams for this event. For example, we have some Spanish-speaking creators, of course, right? We have Aldo, and we have Deus Amir, and we have Shadon, of course, who, this could be a team very easily, I think. We don't know who the other player would be. Technically, this could also not be a full Spanish team, and maybe something else would happen, but I don't know. For the rest, like mentioned, a bunch of variety people. I'm just going to assume Leslie is, of course, not in as of now. Where I'm going to assume a lot of the variety critters are going to be paired up, of course. Where you see, like, John could be with Sleepy very easily, of course, right? That's a very easy one. 5UP also can be paired up with a bunch of people like Saikuno and, like, Janet, maybe. You have Foolish, who could be with, where's Tina? Tina. Then you also have SK and Fan, which would make a lot of sense as a combo. And then for the rest, then Abe, of course, as well, who you could throw in literally anywhere. We'll put Abe here for now, which covers, assuming Leslie's not in the variety side of things, showcases that we're gonna probably get, depending on how much of a crossover there's gonna be between variety and like Minecraft people, we're probably gonna get like 3, maybe 4 teams that are like variety forward, which I think is awesome. We will also, of course, end up getting some, Minecraft focused teams from the people we have on the list here. Of course, I also assume that some of these teams over here will end up getting a stronger Minecraft player to maybe balance them out a little bit. Though I will say with SK, 5UP, and Sleepy, those are all people that I think are very much capable of doing pretty good on a team with, or more so pretty good in the context of this event, not on a team. Of course, it can do well on a team. But yeah, like there's a lot of potential for this roster, and I think it's quite interesting. So we'll see what ends up happening regarding all of that. There's also a chance that we might see, like mentioned, more variety people, but also we could see more hermits. I'm fairly sure there's a hermits panel or something, right? Maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm fairly sure there's a hermits thing. So if you look at this, for example, this is a list some people made themselves. This also confirms some people that are going to TwitchCon, but have no confirmation regarding MCC either yet or at all, including some people that I actually think have a pretty high likelihood of being, put in Skiz and Curry and Fine make a lot of sense. Of course, Fruit's already confirmed. I feel like Gumi would fit in super nicely into this roster. I imagine Carr will probably be casting, but also would fit pretty well into this roster too. I'm going to imagine that they'll probably try to keep it a bit lower comp, considering, you know, who's been I should just do this. Who's been confirmed so far? It kind of depends. It's probably going to be like one top player, like a middle, and two lower-ish players maybe per team or something along those lines, right? It kind of depends on how the rest of the players end up being put together. But yeah, I'm going to imagine that like some of the people in this likely category probably will end up being put in. I don't know if this person did it in order, but I think a lot of these people have a decent chance. I think Jojo would make a lot of sense. Ross would be a pretty fun inclusion, I think, as well. I think from the could happen tier here, I'm going to assume like pretty much nobody will end up playing just based off of expectations. This roster right now seems to be like kind of like wicked. I was gonna say whack, but that's not what I'm trying to say. Wicked. It's kind of insane, right? It's kind of crazy. So unless maybe Scott wants to put in like a lifestealer or something, I know like Zam, for example, is also confirmed going to TwitchCon at this current moment. Then maybe he could experiment with something like that. Also, I think somebody like Sneeg would make a lot of sense to be included, who I also imagine would be going to TwitchCon. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see exactly what all of that entails. That is mostly it, though, regarding this update regarding Twitch Rivals. Let me know who you are hoping to see included in this event. Again, this is the current list of players that we know of. Hopefully Leslie will return, and hopefully we'll see some exciting people to fill the remaining slots for this event. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.